Good morning, everybody. This is Eureka John with Eureka Street Crypto Hub, broadcasting live on Theta TV at 5:43 in the morning on a Monday morning on May 10th, 2021. I'm broadcasting from Leander, Texas, Central Standard Time, just a suburb in Austin, Texas. And this is my morning video blog crypto show. Every single morning I jump on here and look at the market, look at the news, maybe look at some specific projects or concepts. This show's geared towards people trying to learn about crypto. If you know everything about crypto, then I'm not your guy. I'm not trying to teach you either. You're basically along the ride with me, trying to learn about stuff. And I'm just basically going through articles and topics of things that I've basically read about the night before. And then I wake up in the morning, I turn on the camera, and I go through some of it. To kind of talking it out helped me in order to fully comprehend concepts. And since I don't really know anybody who is into crypto, except for some anonymous people online, then here I am. So talking to random strangers who in a one-way fashion on the internet. So yeah. So obviously not financial advice, like I need to say that. So hit me up and give me a thumbs up on the old YouTube or on Odyssey, the flame icon, or BitChute, thumbs up, and shoot me a DM or a comment or something if you want me to cover something in particular. I had somebody that wanted me to cover the graph. I'm going to be covering the graph here in a moment, and not today, but I need to do some research on it. And then I did speak to somebody yesterday. I might actually have a guest on here and try to talk a little bit about digital IDs. I know a couple episodes back I touched on the whole proof of humanity concept that the UBI token is trying to bring out, and then I touched on the concept of DeFi lending protocols really being more like 100% collateralization pawn shop protocols versus proof of reputation, which kind of starts leaning back towards what we were trying to get away from, which was our credit system. And so there's got to be some kind of middle ground in there, and I think I'm going to try to talk with this person about that. And I'd never had a guest on here, so I need to figure out how all the technical details on how to do something like that. So anyway, and also I'm curious about maybe having a guest on here to do some TA, to try to figure out how to understand some of these TA signals. If you don't know what TA is, it's technical analysis. It's basically the graphs, not the graph, the project I was talking about. It's the graphs, people being able to read a Bitcoin graph, for instance, and then applying all these factors and hoodoo hada, and not trying to downplay the significance of a lot of things that the TA people conclude by looking at graph patterns. I just don't understand it, so I would like to learn a little bit more about understanding a lot of this stuff, and I don't know why this graph is not pulling up here, but you get the point. So that being said, let's go through the Coin Gecko rankings here, and these are rankings by market cap. All right, so market cap meaning all the people that have bought this particular crypto asset. And I don't even call it cryptocurrency anymore, it's crypto assets. So Bitcoin and Ethereum. I don't call Ethereum an altcoin anymore because I don't believe it is. And a lot of Bitcoin maximalists, those are people that maximalists are people that believe that Bitcoin is the one, the only way to go, and all other coins are trash and you're just wasting your time and money. I don't know, man, that kind of religious dogmatism is what got us in all this monetary pickle in the first place. So it never ends well whenever you start applying that type of religious intolerance towards one particular project or token. There are a few that have gone that way. So Bitcoin's at $58,000 and $58.85. Been going, staying kind of flat, which is, I mean, it's flat at a cruising altitude of between 55 and 60,000 feet. I'm totally all right with that. You know, that's a comfortable cruising altitude. And yeah, so I think it's gonna be hitting some more bull spikes in the very near future, but for now, I'm happy where it's at. Ethereum is at Ethereum's at $4,089.07. Is this the all-time high? Let's take a quick look. I'm super bullish. I'm always bullish on Ethereum. I like Ethereum. It's one of my bad gateway. What the heck? What's up, Coin Gecko? What's wrong with your gateway? So all-time high was about 2 hours ago. $4,157.60. I said yesterday, I didn't think that all-time high, the 4,000 mark, was going to be hit yesterday. And it wasn't hit yesterday. It was hit about 2 hours ago, about 3:30 in the morning. So, right on, man. That's really cool. I'm good. All right. Binance Coin, 667.57. XRP, $1.58. The Doge, 51 cents. It crashed significantly yesterday after Elon Musk went on Saturday Night Live and did his spiel. And yeah, I just thought it was funny that it crashed. What is going on with it? Why is it not showing me the lines here? CoinGecko's got something going on with it this morning. Okay. So there are other options, you know. Just in case you don't know, there's Coin Market Cap right here. Okay. And then there is Coin Paprika, which is another popular one. Let's take a look at this one. And it is, where'd you go? Here we go. Coin Paprika. It's right here. I think the internet's slow. And then I'll get another tab going while we have that talking here. There's Coin Codex. These are all free, by the way. I know there's paid ones. You can get things like token metrics and more advanced token analysis type of tools, and you got to pay for those. I don't know if you have to pay for the front page of Coin Token Metrics, but yeah. So yeah, pick your poison. You know, Coin Codex, Coin Paprika, right here. They all have slightly different interfaces and things you can do with them. Here's Coin Market Cap. I think this one has been the most popular one, but Coin Gecko has given it a run for the money. And then here's my all-time favorite, Coin Gecko, even though it's not really performing good this morning. Okay, so Tether, Cardano's $1.76, up 32.8% in the past 7 days. Tether's at $1, of course. And Polkadot, $40.10. Bitcoin Cash, $1477.02. And Litecoin, $389.80. Litecoin and Chainlink at $50.55. Chainlink at that 50 mark, man. And it even is down a little bit in the past hour, and it's still above 50. So hopefully Chainlink stays there for a little bit. Chainlink does this, it goes for a while sideways, then it'll hit a major spike, and then it'll pop up and down for a little bit, and then it'll settle about halfway in between the major spike and where it was previously. And then it'll keep on going sideways like that for a while, and then we'll just repeat the same pattern. And it's been doing that for the past year and a half, couple years I've been following it. And the times in between the spikes seem to be getting smaller and smaller. So I don't know, man. There's just so much stuff going on with Chainlink right now. Crypto Show, one of my favorite Chainlink tweeters, said, "If you still don't get Link, you haven't done enough research. You think it's trying to replace something, be the new X, Y, or Z coin. Newsflash, it's not. You don't realize how much honest, verifiable data is worth. You don't realize how early we are." This. And Albert Nazaroff, another one of my favorite Chainlink tweeters, connecting any blockchain to all inputs and outputs. This is Chainlink. Chainlink is not trying to replace any contract. I was listening to Vitalik Buterin not Vitalik Buterin, and Chainlink God talk on his interview about the Chainlink, just about what Chainlink is and Chainlink White Paper 2.0. There's a need for scalability on all layer 1 blockchains, and then there's also a need for security. And then the higher the need grows for scalability, then the higher the need grows for security. And what provides security? It's Oracle and data, reliable data input. And if you don't have secure oracles, then you're creating a major exploit in your data feeds, which creates a major exploit and security problem for your blockchain. So the larger any blockchains grow, the more security is needed for their data oracles, and the more data they consume, the more security is needed. And it's kind of the typical thing, like as you grow, if you compromise on some things, then you're doomed to fail. And security and solid data oracles and reliable data oracles are a necessary expense. They're a capital expenditure. And so that is the necessity of Chainlink, and why when he says on point number 2, you think it's trying to replace something, be the new X, Y, or Z coin. No, it's not trying to replace something. It is a necessary capital expenditure for any of these X, Y, or Z coins to be able to scale to a level that will actually be useful. So yeah, anyway, that's just my take on Chainlink and why I think it's only the beginning. We've just touched just the tip, so of Chainlink. So yeah, that's anyway. Litecoin too is I haven't been able to. I've never really looked deep into Litecoin, and I've mentioned in the past couple episodes that Litecoin, I think, for instance, the Komodo chain is using Litecoin as their delayed proof of work notification point. And what Komodo chain does, it takes snapshots as it goes along every few blocks and kind of notarizes that snapshot on the Bitcoin chain previously, and now they're doing it with the Litecoin chain to add security to any types of blockchains. So they kind of have blockchain security as a service, delayed proof of work as a service for other smaller blockchains. So you can put out a new blockchain immediately and instantly have the security backbone of Komodo and Litecoin now on your small tiny blockchain. So you can use that as a selling point. If you have a new blockchain, here's why you should use my blockchain, because basically I'm backed by Litecoin. So and previously to that it was Bitcoin, but Litecoin is a very reliable chain. It's tried and true and battle tested. It's been around for a while. It is not vulnerable to a 51% attack, basically. I'm sure that it's something maybe could happen, but that's with anything. Oh, they got the graphs up and working now. All right, so hey, what's up, 29LH06? Nice to see you back here again this morning. I appreciate all the repeated views and stuff. Let's see here. I get kind of re-upped on some of these weird badges that the Theta Network gives me. So I try to give you something a little different every day, but you probably have all the badges anyway. Anyway, Litecoin's at 387.65. Did it get to 400? Let's see here. Yeah, it got above the 400 mark. Looks like last night, about 8 hours ago, it hit the all-time high of 410.26. So let's take a quick look at Litecoin here. People say that Litecoin is kind of the silver of Bitcoin. It's kind of the traditional selling point of Litecoin. Like Bitcoin will be a store of value and Litecoin will be used for your everyday transactions. Then Bitcoin Cash tries to say that it does the same thing as well. And, as a more of a transactional form, you can have your Bitcoin, but if you want to do everyday purchases, you got to have Litecoin and you got to have Bitcoin Cash and all that stuff. I don't know, man. And I know that there are certain Twitter people, like what's his name, John Kim. He has an interesting story where he sold off all his belongings and just completely went homeless for Litecoin. I think this is the guy right here. And he's quite a personality. No, not this dude. No, I'm following him somewhere. Yeah, he pops up on my feed. When he does, I'll show you. He's got a really interesting story. Yeah, and now he's doing very well, because Litecoin is obviously booming. I wouldn't advise that for anybody, to just sell off all your stuff and go all in on one cryptocurrency. I know there have been a few noteworthy people in the news that have done that, but that's just like anybody trying to become a professional sports player or a musician or anything like that. Out of the millions and millions and millions of people that try to do that, only one or two succeed in becoming in shooting themselves in the stratosphere towards that. So try to be sensible and don't lose all your money. So that is kind of financial advice. Can't go wrong with that. So Litecoin has broken the $400 mark, reaching an new all-time high of $414 on Bitstamp on May 10th. And the problem with buying Litecoin is that it has become too expensive in a very little period. The world's 10th largest cryptocurrency by market cap is now worth 215% more than it was at the beginning of this year, soaring from $124.42 to a new record high of $413.90. So, I mean, is this just a macro trend thing, or is there something special about Litecoin that is making it shoot up to its all-time high, man? Because there's a lot of tokens right now that are going to their all-time high, and I'm trying to figure this out. Eye-popping returns in the Litecoin market came on the heels of a broad upside move in the cryptocurrency market. The silver crypto's top altcoin rivals, including Ether, XRP, Cardano, and many others, posted better profits, with Dogecoin, a joke cryptocurrency, rising by more than 17,000% year-to-date at one point in time. Jason Lau, Chief Operating Officer at OKCoin, San Francisco-based crypto service business, highlighted a brewing inverse correlation between Litecoin and Dogecoin, noting that Dogecoin US dollar exchange rates dropped by 12% in the period that saw the Litecoin US dollar exchange rate popping higher by 12%. So Dogecoin and Litecoin are going inversely. Interesting. I wonder why that is. Meanwhile, the Litecoin Dominance Index, a metric that measures Litecoin's strength against the rest of the cryptocurrency market, increased from 0.96 on Sunday to as high as 1.11. That further reflects a sentimental shift to the Litecoin markets as other alternative cryptocurrencies rallies show signs of cooling off. Some Litecoin grapples with overvalue risks that caused the Dogecoin crash by as much as 33%. At the core of this bearish analogy lies a classic momentum oscillator indicator dubbed as the relative strength index that has historically predicted potential price reversals in global markets. It now tells the same story about Litecoin. So is Litecoin overbought? What is the RSI index? Oh yeah, and 29LH06 is saying food, shelter, and clothing is better. Yes, it certainly is. I just saw yesterday somebody on Facebook was saying asking if he should commit suicide because if he loses all his money because he hasn't found some kind of profit since investing in the crypto market since last summer. And I'm just like, if you are seriously contemplating suicide over cryptocurrencies, there's probably something more deeper rooted in your life than crypto. So a little reevaluation on your life might be a little appropriate, rather than focusing on the crypto market. So yeah. Anyway, is Litecoin overbought? I had to go and look up what the RSI indicator is. That's what I do. So what is the relative strength index? It's a measurement used by traders to assess the price momentum of a stock or other security. The basic idea behind RSI is to measure quickly how traders are bidding the price of the security up or down. RSI plots this result on a scale of 0 to 100. Readings below 30 generally indicate that the stock is oversold, while readings above 70 indicate that it is overbought. Traders will often place this RSI chart below the price chart for the security so they can compare its recent momentum against its market price. Okay, so some traders will consider a buy signal if a security's RSI reading moves below 30, based on the idea that the security has been oversold and is therefore poised for a rebound. However, the reliability of this signal will depend in part on the overall context. If the security is caught in a significant downtrend, then it might continue trading at an oversold level for for quite some time. Traders in that situation might delay buying until they see other confirmatory signals. So let's go up here, take a quick look at kind of what this is. There's a little video. This investopedia is awesome, man. Okay, so let's see here. Calculation of the RSI. Using the formulas above, RSI can be calculated where the RSI line can then be plotted beneath an asset's price chart. And the RSI will rise as the number and size of positive closes increase, and it will fall as the number and size of losses increase. The second part of the calculation smooths the result, so the RSI will only near 100 or 0 in a strongly trending market. As you can see in the above chart, the RSI indicator can stay in the overbought region for extended periods while the stock is in an uptrend. The indicator may also remain oversold in oversold territory for a long time when the stock is in a downtrend. This can be confusing for new analysts, but learning to use the indicator within the context of the prevailing trend will clarify these issues. And as I said earlier, it would be nice to have somebody on the show to be able to kind of like, you know, use a mouse and explain some of these basic concepts. So, I mean, to me, technical analysis is kind of like watching the weather and watching the weather report on the news station. They can generally be right, and they seem like they know what they're talking about, but there's always something that like makes the weatherman wrong. Yeah, and it's always say never trust the weatherman, never trust a TA guy, but at the same time you still watch them because they generally, you know, can give you a good idea of what's going on. So yeah, so interesting stuff. I would you know, think it would be cool to have somebody help explain this stuff to me, because I'm still the verdict is still out there with my opinion on trusting TA. I mean, I guess you should never totally trust TA, and you should never totally trust macroeconomics, and you should never totally trust your gut either. I mean, I do trust my gut quite a bit. It's how I do a lot of things. It's how I do life in general. I ape into pretty much everything, and then I get burned a lot of times because of it. But you know, that's just the realization that I'm okay with getting burned is fine. So yeah, and I ate one. I'm good at technical analysis. Okay, well then maybe we could have some kind of conversation, and you can help me out to understand some of these concepts. And yeah, maybe send me some kind of text or screenshot, or maybe you could come on and show me something on here. Maybe we'll pick one currency, and then you can give me examples of what some basic concepts are. Anyway, so let's go back over here to this Litecoin article now that we've kind of defined RSI. But Litecoin now grapples with the same overvaluation risks that caused the Dogecoin price to crash by as much as 33% in the previous sessions. At the core of this bearish analogy lies a classic momentum oscillator indicator dubbed as the relative strength index that has historically predicted potential price reversals in global markets. It now tells the same story about Litecoin. Litecoin overbought. The US dollar Litecoin daily chart shows its RSI at an inflection level near 79.02. That is 9 points above the overbought threshold, which has led to price corrections. Typically, a short-term reversal in the Litecoin market when its RSI tops out leads the price to test the 20-day exponential moving average, the green wave, as interim support. Meanwhile, an extended sell-off prompts traders to treat the 50-day simple moving average, the blue wave, acting as the primary downside target. Therefore, a potential pullback following the recent explosive moves risks sending Litecoin USD to 232.310 based on current moving average valuation. So let's see this here. All right, so there's the green wave, around 25% correction after RSI hits 79, 37%, 40% correction, around 38% correction after RSI hits near 79. Then you have this, and are we coming up on the RSI at 79? Yeah, I guess we'll find out. Okay, interesting. Yeah, and I1 saying he's glad to help. Fibonacci is a powerful tool too. Sounds good. Fibonacci. Okay, I'll do another morning show where I kind of go into the old Investopedia and look at Fibonacci. And if you have any links too, you can point me towards about Fibonacci as well. I'm all ears when it comes to articles. I love reading articles. I find myself waiting a lot in my job, so it's a good time to read articles. Okay, so let's see here. All right, so that's basically what's going on with Litecoin. It doesn't really tell me a whole lot. It just basically, it says look at the RSI, and then here's some macroeconomic catalysts. Away from technicals, the macroeconomic catalysts continue to support cryptocurrency markets on the whole. A study conducted by Charles Schwab showed that more than 51% of millennials and Gen Z investors would more likely invest in cryptocurrencies than traditional stocks. I find that to be true as well. I've had my daughter's boyfriend ask me about Dogecoin and some helium token and then some other stuff. Basically, I got him and my daughter hooked up with Ethereum wallets and sent them on their merry way from there. I gave my daughter a little bit of Ethereum a while back, and that a little bit of Ethereum has grown into quite a bit. So now I believe that she's sold on this. Let's see. Their interest in the emerging detail asset sector have surged in the wake of inflation and dollar devaluation fears, especially as the central banks around the world respond to the coronavirus pandemic with easing monetary policies. Yeah, so inflation right now, I keep saying it, we're seeing the greatest wealth transfer in history going on right now. It's basically people with their life savings are going to be completely devalued, and I think of people like my father-in-law, who's a firefighter and has a pension, and he's retired now. And what's going to happen to his pension? Is it just going to be completely devalued and inflated and worthless if he doesn't, jump into something like Bitcoin or even just like gold and silver? To protect him from what's happening right now. It is pretty much robbery. So. I don't know. It's a lot of mixed feelings about things going on. I'm really happy that I'm able to kind of see some of these indicators and jump in and cast my net. But at the same time, I feel bad for people that are very good people that might have their life savings basically fly away in the wind on them. So, yeah. I'm in a weird mood this morning. I don't know. I keep having things I want to talk about. I want to show you real quick before I go this website here called Decentralization Central. Yes, the irony of the name is intentional. Decentralization Central. Okay, all right. Centralized hub for all. It's kind of like DApp Radar and stuff like that, and DeFi Pulse and. Given the alarming amount of political censorship and demonetization and denying citizens of basic internet services and technologies, the citizens are responding by remaking the web with technologies that don't rely on centralized authorities and can't be censored by them. This site showcases those services. Everything here is based on varying degrees of decentralized technologies. If you find this collection of research decentralized service, please send us donation. All right. Decentralized service categories: ad networks, blogging, cryptocurrencies, gaming, messaging, miscellaneous, NFTs, peer-to-peer computing, payment, search engines, shopping, social networking, software development, storage, taxes, video, VPNs, Web 3.0. And I've gone through some of these. This is a really interesting website, and I've found Bitwage on here. It's a way for companies to be able to pay their employees cryptocurrencies really easily without having to integrate some kind of blockchain system into their company, and then for individuals to just give their banking information to companies so they can be paid part or in full in cryptocurrencies without their company having to make any adjustments on their end. It's just like giving them your direct deposit information, and then it gets allocated out to you. And this is really useful for people who are international contractors as well, so they don't have to be paid in the local currency of whatever market they're working in or whatever, but it's a really cool website. I'll link this in the description. I'll probably go into a little more detail tomorrow because I've found a lot of cool stuff on here. Like for instance, let's just take a quick look at, let's see here, social networking. All right. Alternatives to big tech sensor networks. Here are some social networks that have or are implementing decentralization: Aether, Amia, Akasha, BChat, Den Social, Diaspora. I don't even know a lot of these. FB Down, Float. I use. I'm on Float. So if you're on Float, go add me. It's just Eureka John is my Float address. I've heard of Mastodon. I don't know about. Damn, man, there's a lot of them. Yeah, I don't know about Scuttlebutt, Pyro Network, Social X, Solidarity. Interesting. Every little social network kind of has their own little shtick, that what they focus on. So it'd be interesting to go through and see all of these. But I'll link this Decentralization Central and the links down below. So if you're on YouTube or BitChute or anything like that. So all right, man. That being said, my time's up. I got to get to work, and you guys have a good day. Don't get too wrapped up in all this stuff going on in cryptocurrency. Like that person on Facebook that was making that ridiculous post about suicide over crypto. Money's not everything, man. Just do some introspection and look into your life. So if cryptocurrency is causing you to contemplate stuff like that, then there's obviously something deeper going on. All right. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. And I have some good things coming in the store for this program. And I'm learning a lot. So stay tuned. All right. Bye.